All right, let's talk about a war that's being fought right now all around us. But forget tanks and soldiers. This one's being fought with algorithms and data streams. It's a massive, high-stakes battle for the future of the internet, and it's all happening in the cloud. Today, we're going to break down this AI cloud war and see how two of the biggest players on the planet, AWS and Google, are fighting for total control.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. What is this AI cloud security war, really? Look, it's not about some sci-fi movie with robots and server farms. It's about a fundamental change in how we protect our entire digital world and manage its mind-boggling complexity. And it all starts on a brand new kind of battlefield.
So, let's get a lay of the land here. For pretty much any company you can think of, from your favorite streaming service to your bank, the cloud isn't just a place to store data anymore. It's a war zone. And the crazy part is, they're not just fighting one enemy. They are fighting a relentless war on two different fronts at the exact same time.
On one side, you've got this constant barrage of security threats. And we're not talking about simple viruses here. We're talking about incredibly sophisticated, automated cyber attacks that can literally bring a company to its knees. Then, on the other side, there's a totally different battle, a financial one, against skyrocketing cloud costs. That spending can just spiral out of control, becoming unpredictable and draining resources that a company desperately needs to innovate. It is a constant, high-pressure fight just to stay afloat. So, how in the world do you fight a war on two fronts against enemies that are faster and more complex than ever? Well, you deploy a new, decisive weapon. And in the cloud, that weapon is artificial intelligence.
This is the fundamental shift, AI and machine learning, they're not just buzzwords anymore, not by a long shot. They are the core strategic advantage. They're what's moving companies from this defensive, always reacting posture to an intelligent, proactive one that can actually fight back on both security and cost, and do it at machine speed.
You know what's really cool about this slide is how it just simplifies a really complex idea. Forget the complicated algorithms for a second, and just picture this security guard. They're not working off some checklist of bad guys. They've just been watching the building for so long that they have this gut feeling for when something is just off, Someone using a key card at 3 a.m., a door propped open that's always closed. That is the power of machine learning. It learns the baseline of what normal looks like so it can instantly spot anything that isn't.
And here's basically how that plays out in the real world. First, the AI learns. It just sits there and observes everything. Network traffic, who's logging in, how much money's being spent, to build that picture of normal. Second, it detects. The absolute moment something deviates from that baseline, an alarm bell goes off inside the system. And third, it responds. It can automatically block a threat or flag a cost back, all in a fraction of a second. It's this cycle of protection that literally never sleeps.
All right, so now that we understand the weapon, let's look at the generals who are commanding the armies. This whole war really boils down to two main players: Amazon Web Services, or AWS, the established king of the cloud, and Google Cloud, the super ambitious and innovative challenger. Both of them are pouring billions into building the most intelligent AI defenses imaginable. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of their ambition. This isn't just about adding another feature they can charge for. No way. The ultimate goal here is to create a cloud that's so intelligent it basically runs itself. A self-defending, self-optimizing, totally autonomous system. The company that gets there first could seriously dominate the entire next era of computing. So let's take a look at the arsenals they're each bringing to this fight. Now, both of these titans are tackling the exact same problems, but their strategies kind of reflect their company DNA. AWS, as the big market leader, is integrating AI into its huge existing set of services. Think of it like they're retrofitting their massive fortress with intelligent cannons. Their GuardDuty service, for example, uses machine learning to sniff out threats across that vast ecosystem. On the other hand, you've got Google Cloud, which is tapping into its deep native AI heritage. They're basically building their fortress out of intelligent cannons right from the ground up. Their Chronicle security tool was born from Google's own internal security needs, and it uses planet-scale AI for analysis. And it's the same story for cost. AWS adds AI optimizers to help you manage your spending, while Google's Active Assist is more like a proactive AI financial advisor for your cloud account. It's a real clash of philosophies. Integrate AI into the lead versus lead with AI from the very start. Okay, so a couple of tech giants are competing with fancy AI tools. Big deal, right? Why should you actually care? Well, because the outcome of this war is going to fundamentally shape the internet that we all use every single day. The key takeaway, the bottom line, is that this corporate competition is literally forging the infrastructure of tomorrow. The winner here isn't just going to gain market share. They are going to set the standard for what a smart, secure, and self-managing internet looks like for decades to come.
So let's break that down. What does that actually mean for you? First, smarter defenses. The services you count on, your banking app, social media, they'll be protected by AI that can stop attacks before they even happen. Second, more autonomous systems. This means fewer outages, more reliable services, all because the cloud can literally fix itself. And finally, and this one's huge, more efficient innovation. When companies spend less time and money fighting fires, they can spend more time building the next great app or the next cool feature that you're going to love.
So, this war for an autonomous cloud, it promises a safer, more efficient digital world for all of us. But it leaves us with one final and pretty crucial question to think about. As we build AI to be the ultimate protector of our digital lives, who or what is going to protect us from that protector? That's something we're all going to have to consider as this war rages on. Thanks for tuning in.